Please don't make it 3 wide into the first corner again. Please. It's a bit
No, I
more.
won't do it this time.
There's a few more cars involved this time.
But you've got to admit that was a good move.
It was a good move.
But
So we are now seconds away from round 6 of the GLR ACC official GT World Championship.
it's weird, he's making it all sound proper professional.
I can see the red lights, they're going to drop to green any second, and it is going to be a race down to that first corner. There it is, it's go, 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 go. Hippie's got a good run. Hippie has got a good run. Is he going to tuck him behind the slipstream? Looks like Seal's firmly got that position there on the right side of Hippie, and coming into turn 1. We have no dramas, which is lovely to see.
Oh my god.
And leading the race, surprise, surprise, is GLR Cordell.
You're lagging so much, Cordell.
Really? God, that's what I was worried about,
Behind
mate.
Cordell is the ever-present Hunter, Microbatic.
I can't hear
Round
him.
5 was an absolute pleasure to watch. These two battle it out. And Seal there rocking 3rd position, keeping the car nice and stable throughout these corners. Lovely driving so far. Marmite's time on track is paying off.
Oh my god.
It's all about consistency. It's never about the fastest lap, it's always about consistency. And Hippie with the tiny little pocket rocket, which is the Ginetta. Hard on the brakes.
Oh, I'm so afraid to get close to you. You're lagging so much.
Just to let you know, I would never do anything stupid, mate. Like, you know what I mean? Or try not to, anyway.
So we're just going to jump back up now with P1 and P2 for a few moments.
Come on, you fuckhead.
Looked like Micro had the run then, just had to back off so he didn't hit Cordell. That's always been Micro, very, very safe driver, which is what we love. Get to race another lap. He is firmly in Cordell's slipstream. He's going to be putting pressure on Cordell now. Cordell's going defensive, now back into the racing line. Micro has gone, he's having a look. And Seal there's just watching it all play out. He's hoping he can get a free position here, maybe. Marmite hunting podium pack in his lovely sounding Chevrolet, it must be said.
Why am I losing the back end this much?
Oh, Cordell! I'm on the outside!
Don't worry, mate, I'll see you.
Now. Looking for the
Oh my
cutback
god.
there.
Oh my god, I'm having headache already.
So we've got 3 minutes of the race completed. We have 37 minutes remaining. It looks like this front running pack.
Oh, Seal just went.
Very exciting. Seal has just had a problem. He's back on. He's okay. We're all good to go. No dramas. No one's had any contact, so we are absolutely fine. Where are we?
You know what, fuck it. Fuck this car, it's shit. Fuck it, I'm done. This thing is a fucking piece of shit.
So we've got the Hippie now, who has had a position from
Oh my god. Oh my
Seals
fucking god.
off. I think if I remember rightly, Hippie was catching his last victims in round 5 of the GLR esports.
Fuck.
So we're going to see what he can do here. He's pulling Marmite in. And let's jump back on with Micro.
I'm pissing my panties off.
Breathe, my brother, breathe. One moment at a time.
Yeah, it's not because of the race, it's because of the lagging.
With you. Marmite having an absolutely solid race here so far. Compared to the... He's now in... Did I miss something here? No, I have not. What are we behind? 1.4 behind Micro, which is not bad at all. Especially with these two front runners and Micro in the slipstream of Cordell. Hippie is still applying that pressure behind the Chevrolet. Texas now just running up behind Hippie. Keeping it as tight as he can, waiting to get back on that gas. Beautiful. Most drivers are a little bit too eager getting on the gas, and it puts us in a lot more troubles because then we start kangarooing the car in a set of Corsa. Being a simulator, you want to keep that weight as stable as you can. Micro still firmly in that slipstream, only 4/10, nothing but a wink behind. Now, I'm not sure what's happened there, but we've now gone for a 1.4 to a 2.9 Marmite behind Micro.
And a bit of a bad chicane.
If he hasn't made the position yet into the podium position, Marmite's hanging on for that. Although it looks like Marmite's run just a little bit wide. Hippie might get a little bit of a run. He's having a look. He's taking that position. I think Marmite moved out of the way there to save an accident. We've got TPC Texas watching all of this from behind in the Mercedes. Micro looks like he is gaining. He is absolutely gaining. Cordell there very early on the gas, out of that corner, hard on the brakes into the hairpin.
I'm literally trying to get everything out of this car. Everything. I am trying my hardest to get every bit of speed out of this car.
You can tell.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow.
So we've gone through Europe car, we're now going through RACC chicane. Cordell is now going to take you through the final corner, New Holland.
Jesus Christ.
I'm happy that I'm still behind.
I'm not.
Micro in the slipstream, gaining, he's just gained a 10th down the first half of that sector.
Oh shit.
Now the leading pack are heading through Repsol. And we want to be feathering the throttle, coming out of Repsol, hard on the brakes into Seat. And we've also got a downhill, maybe not off camber, but it is downhill coming into Seat. Coming up to Worth. One of my favourite corners of the track, this one, because it feels lovely when you can get the momentum right, swing the car through the corner and apply that throttle on the exit.
Oh, wobbly.
Coming through Campsa, Cordell and Micro are both on the limit, it looks like. You see Cordell there leading the pack on the edges of the green. maximizing every single millimeter that these track limits will allow. But Micro's still holding an absolutely solid race. It only takes one mistake from Cordell to make here that he's going to have to correct that car and scrub off a few tenths, and Micro is going to take first position. So 1 and 2 is an interesting watch here. We've got Hippie running an absolutely solid race. He's taken Marmite and is now gapped Marmite by 2.5 seconds. And the Hippie now is only 3.3 behind Micro. I think he's caught up just a touch.
Ah.
We've got Seal now hunting down Texas and Marmite. Say that Seal and Texas are teammates in this race, judging by the liveries. So we've got a three-way battle here in between Marmite, Texas and Seal. Richie is following the rear of those three, ready to take a position at a moment's glance. And we have GLR Racer and Cosmic Crusader battling it out between the Ginetta and the Mercedes. Not the Ginetta, sorry, the Porsche. There were 2 Porsches, there are now only 1. Cordell now leading the pack, coming through RACC. Stabbing that first gear as hard as he can for that last corner through RACC. He's kept that throttle pinned throughout New Holland, so he's going to have the best run that he could possibly have on this longest straight here at Catalonia. He's putting himself in a good position here. Round 6. Again, maximising track widths. Just clipping the apex there. And again, keeping it as tight as he possibly can and ready to pounce on that throttle as early as he can. He's just missed the green curb, so that looked like a beautiful exit there. That's an interesting line into Repsol there. A little bit of a switch to the right, so he opened the angle of the car up. That's an interesting technique. And Micro is still running an absolutely solid race. We're not even halfway through yet. Got a long way to go. I think we're only just past the quarter of a way mark. So absolutely anything can happen. Hippie is still running an absolutely classic race in his little Bumblebee. Jamaican Bumblebee. Marmite rocking my favourite position, P4. Goodwood, esports driver. We've got Texas following Marmite here. Both of these guys are doing an absolutely awesome job around Catalonia. Marmite again has spent some time on track, you can tell. He's handling that car really well. And Texas is doing his best to keep up and hopefully capitalise on a position. It looks like Seal now on the outside of Texas. Yes, he has made that position coming into turn 1, which is Elf. And turn 2, which is the second and final corner of Elf, coming up to Renault, which is the long right-hander. Then we're going to be hard on the brakes into Repsol. We try and open that angle as much as we can coming into Repsol. Seal now is running an absolutely solid race. Had a little bit of a accident earlier, and he's capitalised on a lot of times since. He's also got Marmite in his sights. Marmite, of course, following Ginetta in P3, beginning of the podium. So Marmite and Seal are going to be wanting to. Marmite, Seal, Texas, Richie, those guys are all going to want to be running the best race they can, because it only takes one driver from the top to make that mistake, and the next person will capitalise. Now we're running very close to the 50% mark of this race.
Oh, I'm back again. Come on,
Temperature 28 degrees, track temperature
give me that
34
run.
degrees.
Give me that run. Fuck.
Micro has made
Man, you don't have to weave, you're lagging. It's weaving.
So, I have been watching the rest of the pack. He's making a move there.
Oh, sorry.
That's alright. Let's keep going.
All this fair and loving war. That was fair. That was no one's fault.
Did you get any damage?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
So we've now got 7 minutes 49 seconds of the pit window open. Now in round 5 of the GLR esports, Cordell and Micro were in a very similar position, and it also came down to the pits. Tactics play a big outcome in the finale of these races. So we're going to see what Micro and Cordell have got under their sleeve, and of course Hippie, Marmite, Seal, Texas, Richie, Racer and Cosme are all in for a podium here, depending on how these tactics play out, or at least a better position. Now Micro was 1.48 I believe earlier, and he is now right behind Cordell, so whether Cordell's making mistakes or Micro is just capitalising on every corner, I don't know. But he's on the inside here, he's getting some good runs out. See, this is where it all sort of starts to get interesting. We're at the pit window, tyres are beginning to deteriorate. Obviously these guys have been playing, and here we go, tactic number 1. So when we was watching round number 5, Cordell was the first driver to hit the pits, and I think Micro took an extra 7 minutes before he went in the pits. And this time round we've got Micro entering the pits, and Cordell continuing leading this race. And Hippie has hit the pits too. Marmite's hitting the pits, Richie is hitting the pits. Come to join your boy TMK.
No! Not a perfect pit stop. Cordell, you have any damage?
I do.
Oh, a lot?
I don't know. I ain't fucking repairing it, I'll tell you that for free.
Oh, sorry.
No way.
Cosmic Cruiser now taking 4th position. And we've got Hippie out the pits.
Stay away from curbs.
Yes. Okay, Cordell now coming through these S's. Up to Europe car. Through RACC. and up to the final corner that he is not taking. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this for the first time on YouTube, this is where it all gets effing interesting. Cordell now entered the pit. And where are we? Micro, rocking 6th position. We're gonna follow Micro now. And keep a very close eye on Cordell. Now, they had a little bit of a scuffle, but from my point of view, it was as race-like as can be, I suppose. But here we go. Not long left for Cordell to come out the pits, and we have Micro now coming up to Europe car. Cordell still not moving anywhere. Micro coming through RACC. Cordell still not going anywhere. And Micro now coming through the final corner into New Holland. Where we gone? Cosby Cruder is coming out of the pits, and Micro has done him. Has he done him? Oh! He's only gone and done it. So this is what I was saying. Last round 5 played out completely differently, and this is the beauty of such a simulator as ACC. You really have to put tactics into play. Last week didn't work out for Micro. He thought it would because he thought Cordell was in traffic. And Micro had new tyres on, Cordell was on tyres that were about 8-10 minutes older, so Micro had better tyres, but it didn't quite work out. Now here, Micro's gone in just in that one lap before Cordell, and has just managed to dupe him as Cordell was exiting the pits there at Catalonia. So this has given us a change of events now here at round 6 in the GLR esports at Catalonia. I'm sure Cordell is going to be head down, eyes up now, hunting Micro down. But both of these drivers, neither of these seem to flag under pressure. Both of them are always just focusing on the road and not the races, which of course the best drivers do. And we've got Cosme leading the race, of course. Good man. Cosme in with the pits, passing TMK's beautiful Ferrari. And Micro now coming through New Holland, hard on the gas. And Cordell, I don't know if he's in his slipstream window. Yes, he's just touching slipstream. But slipstream isn't as strong in this game, it's a little bit more realistic. Both of them maximising the track there, and you can hear through the left speaker the tyres as they go over the curve there, coming up to turn 1 of Catalonia. Now we've gone through Renault here, the leading pack are coming up to Repsol. Cordell having a little look there, putting the pressure on the different lines.
Yeah, the lag is bad, ain't it?
Yeah.
So now we've got Hippie now in P9. I think I may have missed something there. Marmite is now rocking the podium. And the pits have just closed, which means this is the final... No.
You want to take a look at the action, TMK?
Take a look at what?
Fuck.
The action.
direction.
Oh boy.
So Cordell firmly within the slipstream of Micro. Doesn't really seem to be gaining, although Micro's gone defensive there. Cordell maximising track widths to get the best turn in, but he couldn't really get that turn in. Micro was sort of there occupying that space that Cordell wanted to take. Cordell just feathering the throttle there to try and maximise his exit speed as we come up to Repsol, both with the left tyres on the green, right tyres on the tarmac. Cordell clipping the first apex and maximising his speed on the way out. Now that corner Worth there, Cordell seems to have got down very nicely. A lot of these braking zones require feathering of the brake, which can give you those extra thousandths, if you will, which turn into tenths. Micro leading the race, Cordell firmly behind.
Oh fuck!
The chicane. Whoa. Was that lag?
No, I just missed the point.
Okay.
Fair play.
Yeah, as long as it wasn't lag. So an interesting turn of events there. I was waiting to see what had happened, and we have swapped positions yet again. Marmite running in third, Micro now back in second position. Cordell leading that race. Tyres on the green, tyres on the tarmac. Now we can capitalise on the track widths. And it looks like Cordell is just going to get his head down till the end of the race. And it looks like the temperature's beginning to drop now. Track temperature was 34 degrees, now 27. With only 30 minutes of the race to go, I would probably imagine the track temperature is going to decrease quite a fair bit. And we've got Richie in pursuit of Seal and Marmite. Seal is firmly in the rear end of Marmite. Hippie now coming up towards Repsol. Must be Crusader coming up towards Worth. Richie still in sights of Seal. Seal closing that gap to Marmite. A little bit of a competition going on for third place. But again, Marmite is just running an absolutely solid race. So we'll see what Seal can do, whether he can get on the side of Marmite coming up to the corners. He's got a few tenths to make up before he can get to the side. Cordell again maximising track widths. Micro still with that car firmly in his sights. Anything can change at a given moment. And we are closing in on the final quarter of this race. The sun's going down, the temperatures are decreasing. Micro and Cordell absolutely annihilating every corner here. Coming through RACC now and heading towards New Holland. Beautiful. Okay. 9 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Seal now still in the same position behind Marmite. He's going to be looking to perhaps make that move in the remaining 8 minutes of this race in Catalonia. Well, it looks like the leaders of the pack here are just going to be pushing as much as they can, but looking to bring it home now in the final 8 minutes of this race.
Sweating.
You have any track cuts?
I've got one.
I have 2.
Ooh, easy.
So Cordell now coming up to Worth. Micro still with Cordell firmly in his sights. We have a gap of 16 seconds and 9/10 between Micro and Marmite. Marmite's still in the runnings for P3 here. However, he is under a lot of pressure with Seal in the blue and white Mercedes. American V8 versus a German V8. And then we have Richie in the tiny Bumblebee. Running an absolutely solid race. On what looks like a control pad. It's absolutely amazing work if so. Texas bringing it home. GLR Racer, the only Porsche on track. Cosmic Crusader with GLR Racer in his sights. The old hippie, following GLR Racer and Cosmic Cruiser, coming up to the hairpin.
Falling behind in the car in front in sector 3.
Jumping back onto Cordell now. Increasing the gap between position 2 in lap 17 now, so we've made a gap of 4.5 tenths, we'll say that, 4.499. So these boys are going to be looking to bring their cars home, take these positions, and it's going to be happy days for everyone involved. And it looks like Seal is still putting a lot of pressure on Marmite, only 3 tenths to go. Sun's going down, now required to pop the lights on with only 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Track temperature only 24 degrees, still very warm.
Just an absolute
Seal and Marmite now having a proper scrap. Seal now and Marmite coming through New Holland. Seal is firmly within slipstream advantages of the Chevrolet. We're going to see what he can do here. Is Marmite going to go defensive? Seal is taking the racing line. He's maximising track widths. He's touching the green, entering the first corner. Oh, he's kept it on the inside.
Clear on the left.
Oh, that was good racing there by both drivers. That was very good racing there. And with only 3 minutes remaining and a lap times of 1 minute 50, I believe. Can't quite remember, if I'm honest. It looks like we are on the final 2-3 laps. Seal is going to want to capitalise here on Marmite and take that podium position. Marmite is looking solid as ever, holding that P3 down. Micro and Cordell still running at the top of the pack like absolute demons, still pushing like their life depends on it. So it looks within the final 2 minutes of Catalonia, it looks like the fight is on for P3.
There's a time to the car in front in sector 3.
Okay, so coming up to Elf. Marmite has taken the defensive line. Got Seal taking that racing line, trying to maximise his exit speed here. Marmite doing a cracking job of maximising the defensive line, because obviously you cannot maximise your speed these lines, but you can maximise your road position. Looks like Seal's going to have to try a different line here. He's going to want a chance at P3. Cordell now coming through hairpin. Micro following behind.
Bollocks!
Marmite there with a little bit of a slide. Seals just took that position. Coming up to the chicane. Got Marmite right behind Seal there. He's going to do everything he can to get that position back. Maximising his racing line. It looks like he's got the inside line here. He's got that pressure on Seal. He hasn't quite made that back, but it's anyone's game.
Oh, Jesus.
6 seconds remaining of this race, and then it's a case of bringing it home. And we are finished. So it is now a case of these drivers bringing it home over the start finish. So we're going to see what Marmite can do on the final corner of New Holland. I'm not sure whether they have another lap. He's firmly got him in his slipstream. He's got the position. He's got the position back on Seal. We're going to see how they can manipulate these corners. Seal is on the outside. Marmite taking as much momentum in as he can. Seal, a little bit of a run. He's gone for the inside line. He's just had to back out. Marmite taking control of that space, but Seal is back on the inside. It's anyone's game up to this corner through Repsol. Marmite and Seal side by side. Marmite with the cutback. He's going to have that run. He's the first one back on the gas. Seal is just on the outside. He's got the position, but he hasn't got the run. What's going to happen here?
Clear on the left.
Marmite yet again with that run. It's all about position and speed here. So coming up to the final corners now of round 6, Catalonia GLR Esports. We're on board with Marmite following Seal down for that P3. Micro and Cordell bringing it home. Cordell now coming onto the final straight.
Clear on the left.
And that is his championship win at Catalonia. Cordell. And Micro Batic now over the start straight. So it's now back on board with Marmite and Seal. We're coming up to the final corners. We've just gone through RACC and we're coming up to the final corner of New Holland. And it looked like Marmite was trying his hardest there to maximise his exit speed, and he's just lost a touch of grip, which I would have done the same. And he's bringing home 4th position, which means Seal has brought in a podium. That's a cracking race, especially from the beginning of this race. I believe it was Seal who had a little bit of it off, so for him to come back and get a podium, now catching up between Cordell and Micro, 1, 2 and 3, it's an absolutely cracking race, lads. Well done.
Yeah, congratulations, Mac. That was a great race once again.
Yeah, congrats to you. You
Very
did it
good.
again.
GLR
Mate, I'm
racer,
sweating buckets.
hippie on the final straight, and over the start finish he goes. There we are.
Whoops.
Oh, I am dripping. I'm
What a
physically
race.
Physically
Honestly,
dripping.
Magic, you need to like get off my back, man. Oh god.
To hear that commentary see what's going on in economy. It was really nice.
It's good, ain't it, Texas? It's a great little extra bonus to this league now.
Great commentary. It's fun.
There he is, look. The man who took.
Congrats to Seal.
Yeah, the man who took my 3rd place.
Yeah. Congrats, Seal. Well done, mate.
Yeah, Seal, we had a good race, eh, mate?
That was
That replay of the Seal Marmite battle.
I think
Close.
I'll see if I can save it now. Let me